Welcome to Tagged Beyond the Award, the podcast that celebrates innovation, excellence, and leadership. Each episode dives into inspiring stories behind the nominees and winners of the TAG Awards, uncovering the breakthroughs, challenges, and triumphs that define their journey. Whether it's cutting-edge technology, transformative products, or visionary leadership, we're here to explore what it means to stand out and shape the future of your industry. Let's go beyond the award and into the heart of innovation. Here's your host, Justin Starbird.
Welcome back to the Tagged Beyond the Award podcast, where we spotlight the technologies rewriting the rules of medtech innovation. Today, we're honored to feature Asaf Bar, the CEO of Vibrant Gastro, a company that's reshaping the treatment landscape with their groundbreaking Vibrant system, Bioelectronic capsule, an FDA-cleared, drug-free therapeutic platform designed to address chronic constipation through pioneering technology and digital health integration. By merging advanced technology with digital health to deliver a truly drug-free therapy, Vibrant Gastro set a new standard, earning them the top innovator title in the category within medical devices, non-pharmaceutical therapeutics, and digital health at the TAG Awards for Medtech 2025. Today, I'm excited to welcome Asaf to the show. Asaf, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you, Justin. Thank you for having me today on the show.
Oh, this is really exciting, and congratulations on the recognition as a winner for the TAG Awards, but also, one of two that were named top overall innovator. So really exciting.
Thank you. It's an honor to be selected to receive that. So thank you very much to you and the entire TAG team. Really an honor.
Well, talk a little bit about Vibrant Gastro. Talk about your company and what you guys do.
So Vibrant Gastro is a platform technology company that developed a bioelectronic, drug-free, vibrating capsule that treat various diseases of the gut-brain axis. We start with chronic constipation, which is a very big disease, often goes under the radar because not many patients are willing to talk about it, embarrassed even from their family members, their physicians, or healthcare provider. But it's there. 39 million Americans are suffering from chronic constipation, which is defined by having less than 3 bowel movements a week for over 6 months. So that's very little, and patients are miserable today.
No kidding. That doesn't sound healthy at all.
It's not. And solutions today in the market mainly are pharmacological solutions, are ineffective and often have side effects that are even worse than the condition itself. Mainly unpredictable diarrhea, which in this case, it's a sense of urgency, and patients, when they need to go, they need to go. They cannot wait another minute. And this is the reason why patients are staying at home. They miss out on work, life events, basketball games, parties, dinners in a restaurant, because they don't know when the next event is going to happen, the next diarrhea event is going to happen. So they stay shackled to their homes.
Yeah, man, what is it like running the company on a day-to-day basis? I mean, you're the CEO, so there's no 2 days are alike, I'm sure.
Yeah, a startup company is like a roller coaster, and you're like a fireman. You take out fires every day and have fire drills. But what we focused on is patients, are the patients. Our patient, I mean, since the product is patient-centered solution, we cater to those patients and we give them, so to speak, a white glove approach at this point, taking care of them ever since they got a script for our product, all the way through continuous treatment, regular follow-ups, engagement. So this is what we see in front of our eyes. For me personally, I mainly deal with setting the strategy for the company, working on some strategic deals, fundraising, of course, which is a huge part of a CEO life.
Yeah.
And I support my management in the day-to-day activities in the various spaces and verticals.
So you mentioned that the Vibrant system and the biomechanical capsule, bioelectronic capsule, is part of a larger platform. Talk a little bit about that technology and really, what this is the first real solution, but there, what are your plans for going forward?
Perfect. So maybe I'll start by describing the product a little bit. So the capsule is completely mechanical. It's a drug-free capsule that patients right now swallow before they go to bed 5 times a week. All they need to do before they swallow it, they need to activate the capsule inside a base unit, a pod that they get as part of the first shipment. During that activation, the capsule wakes up and also gets from the pod the algorithm or the mode of action, so to speak, that the capsule needs to follow after it's swallowed. Once the capsule is the size of a multivitamin pill is swallowed, it travels down the digestive tract, and once it reaches the colon, it starts to gently vibrate, pinging on the walls of the intestine, and then activating the mechanoreceptors that are on the colon wall. Think about it like a Morse code. It sends signals to the brain through the ENS, enteric nervous system, to create more peristalsis. Peristalsis is the body's own natural mechanism to move content along the colon and get it out eventually. And in the case of chronic idiopathic constipation, it doesn't work properly. It's inefficient contraction and relaxation. This is the underlying reason for patients to suffer from constipation. So,
And they feel it when it's in there?
so most of the patients will not feel it. In our clinical trial, for example, 11% said they thought they felt vibrations. No patient have withdrawn from the trial because of the sensation of vibration. Many of them found it beneficial because it's a verification that the product actually works and aiding their colon to contract and relax. So the majority of the patients will not feel the vibration, and even so, it's not bothersome for the patients.
Wow, that's crazy. So, when you step back and you think about, what is the approach to innovation? How do you, continue to iterate or even before that, what was the inspiration to come up with the vibration element?
So what we do is early on in our development phase, we discovered that if you pinch a colon from the outside, it will it will send waves, peristaltic waves, up and down the colon. So we said, okay, what happens if we try to do it from within? This is where the idea came to life, and we started with a capsule that patients swallow and then does the same thing, generate peristaltic wave from within. So we took a very deep and rigorous clinical path forward with 6 different clinical trials across 800 patients before we got the product approved to find the exact or the optimal therapeutic window in which we need to activate or cause the capsule to vibrate in order to get the best outcomes. Mainly complete spontaneous bowel movement, which is a sensation of a full evacuation. We took the high bowel. It's not enough for us that patients will have any bowel movement, meaning they can sit for 2 hours and then a palate comes out. They need to feel completely evacuated. So we measured only those instances which patients felt evacuated. After those 6 trials and 800 patients, we found the right or the optimal therapeutic window for the algorithm of vibration sessions to take place, all while still maintaining placebo-like side effect profile. Because we are not a drug, we don't cheat any receptor. Our side effect profile is really, really low. It's like a placebo. Notably, almost no diarrhea, where competing products have 16-20% diarrhea cases. Ours in the clinical trials were 1.2% diarrhea. And after we launch, when we collect the post-marketing data, we have half of that. We have 0.6% diarrhea, which is for those constipation patients is a lifesaver.
Yeah, absolutely. So what has the journey been like? I mean, that's a lot of time, effort, and investment that goes into creating such a platform and competing with, organizations that have maybe $1 billion of money in their R&D budgets. What has that been like?
So we can play on both fields here because technically we are a medical device. Although we took the clinical development path of that of a drug, the development phase was much more cost effective, and also the clinical development plan was less costly than that of our competition. So with relatively modest budget, we were able to bring a product to market, and a product that works better than competition and it's safer than competition. So we didn't need $1 billion to develop the drug. It was a fraction of that cost us to develop that and bring this innovation to market.
And are there more products on the way, or how do you guys approach innovation going forward?
That's a great question. So unlike drugs, we don't need to develop a new capsule. The capsule that we develop will be the baseline for all other indications. All we need to do is change the software inside the capsule itself. So imagine that it's very cost effective to just change the software and the algorithm inside the capsule to treat other diseases. We can instruct the capsule to vibrate in the stomach, for example, to help with weight loss. We can instruct the capsule to vibrate in the small intestine. We can also instruct the capsule, if inserted per rectum, to get activated relatively soon after inserted to help with spinal cord injury patients also, for example. So we have other indications in the pipeline that we are working to work on and complete, and then can launch it as an adjacent field to CAC. CAC is by far the largest indication in GI. 39 million Americans are suffering from that, but also other indications like IBS-C, for example. And the difference between IBS-C and CAC is really narrow. It's the difference between pain or discomfort.
Yeah. Man, that's wild. And I mean, the reception has been incredibly well received, no?
Yes, so far, since we've been in the market for 2 years roughly, we've been very warmly accepted both by patients who finally get a solution that works for them. The majority of patients are still dissatisfied with existing solutions in the market, even if they try everything under the sun. Typically, at the end, it doesn't work for them. So now it's a new mechanism of action, an innovation that is new. For the past 10 years, there was no new innovation in the GI space. So it's a different mechanism of action, no more secretagogues, which generally just squeeze more liquids into the colon and thus create diarrhea because you cannot really fine tune that liquid secretion. And with our drug-free approach, it's very appealing to patients because most of those patients, they have 7 other comorbidities and they don't want to add another drug to the mix. We have no drug-to-drug interactions because we are not a drug, so it's safe to take with any other medication. So patients love it, the fact that it's drug-free, it's safe. I mentioned before the occurrence of diarrhea, and also effective for many of them. So our most senior patients, they are on the treatment for 2.5 years almost now, which, I mean, for those patients, it's a fresh start for them because they lack Palmans. They mix and match different medications and try to get to the right cocktail that will help them for a few months, and then they need to reinvent themselves again because that stopped working for them. And our persistency is really, really high compared to other products.
Yeah. What's it like for the team? I mean, being able to help solve, for this sort of issue and concern that is so relatable. What's it like for the team to work on a project like this? How do you keep them motivated?
So I think we all wake up in the morning knowing that we help patients. This is the biggest driver for us to keep doing what we do. Everyone in the team, but I'm sure outside, knows someone with constipation. So the fact that it's personal for them and for us keeps us extra motivated. It's not like theoretical disease that no one heard about. Everyone is touched by that disease. If it's not you, it's your wife or your mother or grandmother. By the way, most of our patients are women, more than 80%. It's predominantly women and younger women, 40s, 50s. These are the ages that we see most often on our product. So the fact that it's personal drives them even more.
Yeah. So, you just were recognized as the top innovator for the 2025 TAG Awards for Medtech. What has that meant to the organization, to the team, to the people that have been working on this, at this point for years?
So for us, external validation is always something very appreciated. We know we have a great product, but it's important that someone like an outside firm that recognizes that it gives us extra motivation to do it again and again every day. Working in a startup is hectic. It's time consuming. You compromise family and spare time. You work a lot. So the fact that you are recognized by the tag team, for example, for our innovation, it's something that means a lot to the team and gives them energy to continue again and again.
Well, we had several judges comment about uh, recognizing that it's a widespread nature, the problem that you're solving for, and that the impact was incredible in terms of its scale and its scalability. Other judges said that they really appreciated the amount of trial data that went into things to prove this out, and then others felt that the outcomes demonstrated clear improvement over, previously, more traditional treatments. And then one of our judges said that they really liked the clever and clean design with its intuitive features and helpful application integration for reminders and tracking. So overall, really great feedback from the folks here at the TAG Awards. So really neat to see that all come together.
Right, thank you. I mean, your judges are absolutely right. We didn't take any shortcuts in the clinical development plan and the approval, so we took the time to really find out the best optimal approach. We complement our solution, the capsule, with an app, a companion app, which patients are encouraged to download and use because we track all information. We see that patients who download and use the app see better results. It's not a secret that patients who are more engaged in their own treatment, they will see better results. So the fact that they download the app, they report through the e-diary, they report their bowel movements and other symptoms and can track their progress over time, gives them confidence and reassurance that they are doing better and they can see the past 12 weeks or even before that, how they are doing now. So it's not like a vague memory, oh, did I do better than last month or no? They actually see that visual representation of how they do month over month and how they improve compared to their baseline. And the results are great.
So is it something where, they're prescribed this and then they're on it for, an undetermined amount of time until symptoms go away? Or is it often that they're using the device for years?
That's a great question. So yes, it's a prescribed product by a healthcare provider, could be a physician or a nurse. And patients take it potentially for lifelong. We can't claim that it's a curative product, but reality is that patients, once they feel better, and that's subjectively, it's not objectively, some would like to see additional 1 to 2 bowel movements a week. Some would like to see 5 bowel movements a week. So it's very subjective, but when patients start to feel better, they will maybe wean off some or decrease the dose that they take, or if they feel better overall and they think they don't need any, they stop the treatment. What happens in reality, if the symptoms are coming back, then they will resume taking the treatment. We don't have enough long-term data to say if it's at the end of the day cure constipations or as an aid for because it's chronic, they potentially need to take it throughout their lives.
Yeah. What are some milestones that you're looking forward to, or next stages that are on the horizon for you?
So right now, as a startup company, a very small company, we focus on one territory in the US to prove that commercial algorithm. And next year, we are planning to scale to several other territories in the US. We are also looking to get wider reimbursement coverage. While we have some coverage, we would like to keep increasing that and allowing more and more patients, and there are many patients out there, to get access to this therapy, while the payer will pay for the majority of the cost.
Well, that's great. How does that compare to, say, a novel consumer device versus a medical device?
So there are many differences between a consumer device to a medical device. Mainly, it's a much more regulated environment, the medical device. You need to prove that the product is safe and effective. In our case, it needs to be prescribed. Not all medical devices need to be prescribed, but this one needs to be prescribed. And then also in terms of promotion, there is very strict rules regarding what you're allowed to say. We have to stay on label. We have to be fair and balanced. Unlike consumer goods, when you practically can say everything you need or you want, here you need to be very objective in your claims and stick to your cleared label in your promotional activities. You cannot buy our product. You cannot buy on Amazon. You need to be prescribed.
Right. What are some, so that's a great point, about telling the story and, sharing success. How do you go about marketing that? Who's your audience? Is it the end users? Is it the doctors and clinicians, nurses, or is it the hospitals or locations? Which angle do you go?
Okay, so technically, although we are a medical device, the entire patient journey and physician journey is like that of a pharma. It's a prescribed product that is sent to a specialty pharmacy that we work with. They handle everything with insurance and with the patient copay, and then ship the product to the patient's home. So our model is like a pharma model. The bread and butter of every pharma model is targeting HCPs and prescribers. So this is our main target right now in one territory, but in the future in other territories, where we outreach prescribers, train them, educate them, increase awareness, and allowing them to start prescribing Vibrant. But what we have discovered, since this disease is very patient-driven, meaning patients are asking their physicians for a brand by name, we found that to be a very successful channel for us to generate leads through direct-to-patient campaigns. So advertisements on Facebook, Google search, Instagram, TikTok, and send those patient leads to our system, and then we direct them either to our prescribers or to their prescribers. So we found out that there is a vast interest in our product online. So we generate a lot of leads and a lot of interested patients that have been suffering from constipation for so long, and existing solutions are not helping them. So there is a hunger there to find new solutions. Those patients are always researching new innovations, new products that are cleared or approved.
Well,
So we found it to be a very successful channel for us to use.
Well, it's deeply personal, right? It's almost like people are ashamed of it or scared of it because, like you mentioned at the very beginning, not being able to go places because you're not sure if you're going to have a movement, or you're so uncomfortable that you can't have a movement. So are you following a similar, track as, now that the erectile dysfunction, pills are available all over the place? Is that something similar in terms of being private like that?
Yeah, it's a very good point. So yeah, we use that channel as a complementary channel to the classic, let's say, pharma model.
Yeah.
But we see a big opportunity here to market it privately to those who suffer from constipation, who do not need to speak with anyone. When they see the ad, they just fill out a form and that's it. And then they are directed to an HCP to get a prescription. And we see a warm acceptance or receptance of that approach with patients who are embarrassed to talk about that publicly, but privately there is a need. Maybe constipation might not kill a lot of people, but it's really, really hurting their quality of life. I mean, those patients, when they are staying at their home, they are more depressed. Their social life are affected as well. So it's like a vicious cycle of patients they cannot just get out of it without the proper treatment.
Well, I mean, Asaf, this is really interesting to bring to light, and it's so great to be able to tell your story. What's next for Vibrant Gastro and your platform?
So we are looking to scale as a small company. We'd like to have a meaningful and lasting impact on that disease. It's not uh, Patients do not need to live with that disease. There is a new solution now, and as we really increase awareness across patients and providers and prescribers and payers, we really see that opportunity could be able to scale meaningfully in the next few years. The need is there.
Absolutely. Well, that's great. Well, again, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I love to hear, the background of the innovation. We love to share that with our listeners and our community. And again, congratulations on being the top innovator in medical devices for non-pharmaceutical therapeutics and digital health.
Thank you so much. Justin, enjoyed being here, and again, honored to be selected by your team.
Well, we appreciate it. It was really great to get to know you, get to know the team, and see your success. So, thank you for being our guest. On behalf of Asaf Bar, the CEO of Vibrant Gastro, you've been listening to Tagged.
On behalf of our guest today and host Justin Starbird, thank you for listening to Tagged Beyond the Award. We hope you've been inspired by the stories of innovation and leadership shared today. Don't forget to subscribe and join us for more incredible journeys behind the breakthroughs. If you or someone you know is leading the way in innovation, visit tagawards.co to learn more about how to get involved. Until next time, stay driven, keep innovating, and keep reaching for excellence.